On the evening of April 26th, 2005, a tragedy unfolded that would forever change the lives of a small family and leave an entire community in shock. In the city of Durham, North Carolina, Janet Abaroa, a pregnant mother, was found dead in her home with her 6-month-old son, Kaiden, peacefully sleeping in the next room. This tragic discovery marked the beginning of an investigation that would uncover a tangled web of deceit, infidelity, and financial struggles. But the question remains, what really happened on that fateful night? Opening images. Images of Janet's childhood photos and family moments are shown, followed by a shot of the quiet house where the crime took place, with police vehicles parked outside. Janet Abaroa was born on June 19, 1979, in Virginia. The seventh of 10 children in a deeply religious Mormon family, Janet stood out from a young age. She was bright, athletic, and full of promise. Her intelligence and determination led her to excel in both her studies and her extracurricular activities. Janet's family described her as the kind of person who was destined for great things, someone with a bright future ahead of her. Scene transition to Janet's marriage. Pictures of Janet and Raven's wedding day, followed by images of their life together. Narrator, voiceover. In 2003, Janet married Raven Abaroa, and the two seemed to have a loving, happy life. They were a young couple, full of hope and dreams for the future. In 2004, they were expecting their first child together, and Janet's pregnancy was progressing smoothly. But little did anyone know, their life was about to take a tragic and unexpected turn. Cut to police investigation scene. The screen shows police officers examining the house, collecting evidence, and investigating the crime scene. On the night of April 26, 2005, tragedy struck. Janet Abaroa was found dead in her home. Raven, her husband, claimed that he had returned home late that evening to find his wife lying in a pool of blood. Their infant son, Kaiden, was found unharmed in the next room, fast asleep. But as police began their investigation, they found inconsistencies in Raven's story. His timeline of events didn't quite add up, and the scene itself raised more questions than answers. Cut to interview clips of family and friends. Short clips of family members and friends talking about Janet. Those who knew Janet best were in disbelief. Her family and friends described her as a loving mother and wife who had no apparent enemies. They said there was no indication that anything was wrong in her marriage. Raven, on the other hand, was starting to seem less like a grieving husband and more like a person with something to hide. Scene showing financial struggles and suspicious life insurance policy, images of paperwork, financial documents, and life insurance contracts. As the investigation deepened, troubling financial issues began to surface. Raven was revealed to have been dealing with significant financial problems, and rumors of embezzlement started to emerge. But the most troubling discovery was the life insurance policy. Shortly before Janet's death, Raven had taken out a sizable life insurance policy on his wife, naming himself as the beneficiary. This raised red flags for investigators, especially since the policy was unusually large for someone in their financial situation. Cut to scene of Raven's involvement in the investigation. Show clips of Raven being interviewed by police, his demeanor under scrutiny. As the investigation continued, Raven's behavior began to draw even more suspicion. He was unable to provide clear answers to key questions, and his story about the night of Janet's death kept changing. Was it a tragic accident, or was there something more sinister at play? The police couldn't ignore the mounting evidence, and the case soon took on a darker tone. Cut to scene showing media coverage and public reaction clips of news reports and the growing public interest in the case. The case quickly became a media sensation. News outlets covered every detail, and the public was captivated by the mystery surrounding Janet's death. Everyone had their theories. Some believed Raven was involved, while others speculated about a possible robbery gone wrong. But there were still no concrete answers, and the investigation continued.